answer this question anyhow different would be not possible, because this is everything. Piano is my life, and my life is piano. So I cannot imagine my life without piano. I cannot imagine my life without playing, and absolutely not possible also about teaching, because in a way it came together already since a while. I'm teaching already over 30 years, and to share things with people who are really willing to know it, this has become an urge. So to stop playing, although many of my colleagues say you are crazy, you do too many things, you record, you play, you teach, I cannot imagine also anyhow different, because the one who is teaching, possibly, if not out of health reasons or something like that, should have been able to do it also himself or herself, and it completes the process, and you grow also yourself very much through teaching, and you also, by performing together with your colleagues, with your students, I don't speak now about solo performing. This is absolutely an amazing sensation which we are gifted with, but all this package together, that's my life. Yes, again will be a lot of them, and I will have to choose some. Let's start with the amazing experience by Festival Bridges in Israel. I have been asked to play together with Ivry Gitlis, the famous violinist, and I asked him if he would like to rehearse. On that question, he looked at me and he said, "Baby, you know the piece, I know the piece, so what we're gonna rehearse? We just go and we play." Wow. After that, we went to the stage, and the hall was filled up with people. There was a lot of people. And then at some moment, while playing on the stage at the concert, he had a microphone here like this, and he liked to speak, so he stopped playing. He just turned the microphone to himself, and he said, "Isn't she amazing? Don't you find she's amazing?" This was really funny experience. And after we finished and after we played, he presented me music on which he wrote, "That's really pity that I have been born a bit too early." So remembering Ivry, who is wonderful, who was unfortunately wonderful musician, wonderful violinist, that's something I remembered for all my life. Also, I would like to say about later experience playing with amazing cellist Gary Hoffman. We invited him several years ago already to teach in our academy, in Esperus Academy in France. And we have been playing together some cello music and trio music together with French violinist Louise Chisson. And this is also absolutely really special experience, because he is very interesting, very profound, very special in many views musician, and his humor. So playing together with him and being together with this in this process was and is for me always a special event. So we do it every summer, and that's really wonderful. These are like single moments which I can remember. I have to say separately about my collaboration of life with Dora Schwarzberg. And maybe that what I would have started with is just, you said moments, so that's why I started with those ones. Dora is a part of my life. Dora is a friend. Dora is a mentor, coach, guru, is absolutely amazing person. Our years of playing together have been, I don't know, a vocation. This was absolutely different, amazing experience, which I gained thanks to her, and all impressions and all knowledge I gained also in that process. is absolutely unbearable. So for me, it's unbelievable, that collaboration. Um, and yeah, and now collaboration also of many years with Louise Chisson, French violinist, with whom we did together a lot of things. I think we'll speak about later. Yeah. That's very different, of course, because spontaneous collaboration, it's about being here, doing here now what you do, improvising, making music, sharing your already gained experiences, and trying to make as much as possible joy and quality, of course, from it. And collaboration, long-term collaboration, is of course very different, because this is about capacity and ability, which you are improving together through many years. According to this question, I would like to remember once I asked one very dear friend of mine, Günther Pichler, Primarius of Alban Berg Quartet. I asked, how did you start with your quartet? What is it you guys did that it sounds so amazing? And he told me, oh, you know what we did? We did 1 year of all kind of thrillers, accents, sforzandos, crescendos, diminuendos. So as far as I understood, they didn't play anything. They didn't play pieces. So 1 year they were practicing together the technical tools. And I think that's really special thing. That's really amazing. So when we speak about long-term collaboration, this is the collaboration of musicians when they decide to be together, to play together like one instrument, and of course then comes out of that to send same message. Because for me, if you are playing together, of course you can speak with different voice. You can speak less loud or more loud, but you send to public same message. And that message has to be serious, solid, interesting, and therefore you have to work much. So long-term collaboration is a big work with a lot of joy and a lot of message. That's my answer. Yes, of course, that's an interesting theme. If we speak, for example, about our last CD, which was nominated for Grammy and Deutsche Schallplattenkritik, and finally got also in February 2022 the Golden Diapason, was a CD which we were recording in times of Corona. And it was very funny moment because I knew that Trifonov is recording his Silver Age. And we were recording this CD here in Vienna in the Erber Hall here. And it was an amazing feeling of doing something while many other people sit at home and cannot do anything. So we had this gift. We could do that because this CD was, I mean, we got a project, we have been asked from the label to record particular things. This was a CD from a woman composer, of 20th century and so on. So when we think about difference, the difference is, it's like about short-term and long-term collaboration of playing music and sharing music together with public. The one which is live, you do it at the moment, and you really think about the joy of the moment, what kind of message you can send now. And when you record, then of course you can think also about what will stay after, because we have to think also who will listen this CD, in which circumstances, in which order you put the pieces, how do you start, how do you finish, what kind of message stays between each piece and together, and what are the combinations of sounds, and what are the pauses in between. So I would say this work is, of course, in a way, again, very personal. For me, much more complicated, because you have to think, take care, and take responsibility also about much more things. But both variants, when you do it live on the stage and when you do it while recording, are absolutely gorgeous, and they both can bring a lot of joy if you, of course, are not obsessed with that perfection of playing and some other sicknesses of 21st century, if I may say so. Then both of them can bring you a lot of joy. My teaching philosophy is, same way, very simple and pretty complex, I would say. I think that teaching in generally is something which requires some particular elements without which it simply doesn't work. So those elements are, first of all, motivation, then ability to listen to student, not only to speak yourself, but to listen what is it student wants to tell you, to play for you. Then, of course, teacher should be demanding. I am demanding. And I think that on one certain level, when musician wants to be serious, and it's exactly the time when personality is trying and slowly standing on both feet, one has to be demanding to achieve some particular results. Then, of course, there is required creativity, and not only creativity about being different and variable, creativity about solving different problems, which could be connected with different things, starting with the lack of basics or techniques and finishing with particular things of each personality. So one has to be a little bit of psychologist as well, and be able to understand the essence of the case and understand how can we solve the problem, or how can we help, or how can we improve, and so on. Also creativity about improving capacity of students and teaching them how to practice efficient, because we are in the times now when it's absolutely not enough to say to students, just play much.
Right.
There is no time for that.
Absolutely.
Because there was times when people were first practicing, studying, practicing, and after performing, and after doing a career. Now everyone does all things at once. So what we have to do to stay still profound musicians with a solid background and good knowledge and be interesting and so on, what we have to do is we have to learn how to practice efficiently, how to achieve our goals in a short possible time. And of course, the important message behind that is also individual approach. Because if you don't approach individually, it would be solo pianist or chamber music player, it doesn't matter actually. If you don't approach individually, you just give some kind of solution which maybe doesn't fit one. So those elements are absolutely necessary, I find, from any point of view. And I would add to that something what I spoke also about from the short interview, that's love. Because if you love your instrument, if you love what you do, if you love what you want to say and to to teach people which are really desiring it, and you feel that response, then it can give really, really big result. Because I truly believe things which are done out of love are much more different than things which are done for that. Yes, of course. First individual is my mom, who started with me piano. She was my very, very first teacher. And this is the person who taught me and who is still, until now, supporting me and going through my life together with me through my all successes, and now already not only mine but also mine in solo, mine in chamber, mine in recording and with students. My mom is a big part of my life, and she is one who learned me how to manage the organization of life, because I have got inside of me these two parts. I'm half Georgian, half Russian. So this combination of big temperament and high organization, which I learned from my mom, is very important for a coach, I think. Because if you are not very well organized inside, I mean, it's not about how the things lay or how many bags are on the floor. It's about inner organization. Because if you are not, if you didn't find your own inner peace, you can feel it. And if you are not confident, if you are not really one who gives a message, yes, you can find it, you can do it, you can enjoy it. You see, I did it myself. If you don't have it, it's feelable. I believe that. Because confidence is a partner of a knowledge. Because if you have a knowledge and you don't have confidence, that's a problem. And if you are gifted, or you are thankful to your parents or to anybody else who brought you to that point where you feel confident, that's a really precious moment. Another person, second, whom I want to speak about in this moment, is my first real piano teacher after my mom. Her name is Liana Nikabadze. She was a main teacher of entire city in Tbilisi, where I've been born. And she was a woman who started with me same time piano and composition, because I did also composition studies, and even won some competitions with composition and so on. She was the first person who brought me this love. At the end of every lesson, she was playing for me and asking that I draw something at home. Every lesson we were listening some piece of wonderful music. Every time she was taking me with her to some seminars with some teachers where I had to demonstrate side reading and teach teachers being less than 11 years old how would be sufficient to practice some passage from some piece. Yes, that was experiment of my first teacher. She was teaching me already at that time how to play, how collaborate, how to speak with people, how to communicate with people from the stage, and all these things I took with me, and until today I always tell her thanks God she's healthy and she's teaching and she's living in Georgia. I say that there is no one day when I don't remember her, how thankful I am for all those things she taught me. So she is the ideal teacher for me, and maybe one day I could be like that. This was times bit before 2016, let's say 2000s, where I started to meet young people who wanted to study with me, who didn't have a possibility even sometimes to rent a room to practice because they didn't have piano themselves at home, or buy music. Or I also saw some instrumentalists, they couldn't buy a set of strings, for example. So we don't speak now here about food and so on. I just touch professional moments. And meeting these people, I started to have this urge to help. So first I was starting to help from my pocket. At some moment I understood that they are too many and I don't manage alone. So I started to speak with my friends, every possible friends who live abroad and in different countries, what can we do? And at some moment, thanks to respond and big help and enormous touching help from all my friends from France, from Montpellier. This is the place where we organized Esperus Art Fund and Music Academy 1 year later. They said, we will support you, and together with a very old and famous big festival, L'été musical Bergerac, we created this organization together with French violinist Louise Chisson, who is the president of this organization. Because we wanted to help young artists on their way to the stage. Because we understood one very simple thing, that if we don't do it, maybe this will not happen. And so far these people are so talented and so special and so gifted, it would be really pity that one would not come until the stage because nobody really even tried to help him. So through this idea, we organized this fund. Now so far we came already to the support here. So we organized here in Erbar Hall the Cyclus Esperus music concerts, which is taking place in Vienna. We do 4 or 5 concerts in 1 year, where we perform together with those young people. So we share the stage. Literally said, we share everything. And now also lately very happy about collaboration with Radio Stephansdom, because they themselves contacted us and they said that we are most probably only one organization which is doing here in Erbar such project to sharing the stage with young musicians. And in between organizing music academy, which takes place every summer, now already for 3 instruments. Before was only piano and violin, now is piano, violin and cello. And support through the year all of these people. This is what makes our fund, and we really sincerely hope that we can grow with the time, because I understand that now we are in very difficult times. I think from my point of view, it's the most difficult times now for not only musicians, for music, for classical music, for any kind of joy in generally, because people are sad, preoccupied with financial problems, and I think that's the time when we have to help each other, and especially help young generation, because that's our future. It's simple. These are very interesting projects. Scriabin project we started in France. It was a part of that festival which I spoke about before. It was actually my idea, because if I speak about one more personality which did a huge impact on me, that's Scriabin. And I was always interested to do some project which would be one kind of mixed between his synaesthetic, which means colors, and playing. I know that there have been done a lot of projects like this for Prometheus and so on, but at that moment when we did that in France, I'm sure definitely that kind of project which we did maybe was the first, because we combined not only piano music, we combined piano music and piano violin music, and we include in that project also together with Scriabin some composers which were anyhow connected with him or which took impact from him, friends like Rachmaninoff, like Szymanowski. We had a big luck with light engineering because we had a guy who had musical education. So he was doing manually at that moment in the hall with the programmed view of the music, changing of colors and tonalities while we were playing on the stage. Of course, it was amazing experience. Of course, whole field with different colors projected to the stage in the darkness, same time from different angles. This was unbelievable experience. And yes, for that, I think media and today modern abilities are really, really useful. It's a really big gift that we are now in the 21st century where such things are possible. So with hope that it will happen, we will repeat this project 10th of June here in Airbar Hall, but this time already together with our Esperus Fund members. So we will perform ourselves, me and Louise Chisson and all artists of Esperus Art Fund. That will be, I think that will be a really interesting concert. And about Brahms and Schumann, this was another kind of experience where we involved Austrian actress Katharina Stamberger. In that project she was reading correspondence of Brahms and Clara, and there was also some of Robert, and we were playing different pieces from Clara Schumann, from Brahms, from Schumann. This is another experience when you are diving into another time, another world, and if you really feel that on the stage, not distancing yourself from that reading, but if you really are inside of that what she was saying while she was reading, of that words, then it's also really something special, because it's like you are being them and you are changing the role and you are trying to give this message to public, how complex and how precious was all of that, what was happening then, and how precious is that correspondence which they left. So I think these two projects, if we speak about these two projects, are very, very different. One is more conservative and another is more modern, but both can have place in life, and I am really happy that I was a part of it. Difficult question. I think I'm utopic idealist, because I still believe that one moment can come when we will achieve the time when public will know what is good and what is bad. That's my biggest wish. And if we achieve that moment when public will clap only when the art is art, and only when they really know how precious is what really happens on the stage now, and not because someone near you is clapping, or because the name is famous, or because you paid much money for the ticket, etc., etc. I won't be negative now and bring this into our interview. I just think we all know what I speak about.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I would like to achieve that. I would like to cherish that moment inside of every soul, my soul and soul of my colleagues with whom I collaborate, and soul of my students, to keep it pure, to keep inside the belief that what we do is needed, and not to let die the hope that music is something which is unbelievable and without which humanity will not survive. I know that sounds really utopic. So far we spoke about Scriabin not so long time ago, but this is what I want to achieve. And if I don't manage it well, my life, maybe my students will manage, who knows? So this is really something which is really precious to me, and I know that it is very important, because unfortunately today many people are running after easy careers, after easy achievements, and having a huge respect to all musicians and their amazing abilities to play as fast as possible and as spectacular as possible. Again, having big respect, I still hope that we will keep that intellect which should stay behind the music, that message which will keep the music pure. I think that's, for me, the most important thing. Music is something which nobody can take away from us. I think this is a very important message, because it can be very bad times. Maybe we will not have gas because of war, or money because of a financial crisis, and so on. But nobody can take away the music. That's the first thing. Just to be quiet. This is something which is here. It fills up your body, your mind, your soul. And if you are a true musician, this is something which you will always have. So it's the best friend, is the best advisor, is the best place and oasis where you can always escape if you are in trouble, or if you want to share something with someone and you prefer to play instead of speaking, for example. So first thing is, we should not forget how available music is for us being musicians, and how huge is this gift. Another thing is, I would suggest, consider competitions, still doing them, as a training, and not as a moment where something will be decided. Because saying not doing competitions is also wrong, because I think a musician is keeping herself fit, also competing with others. But for me, of course, very important is the healthy atmosphere. And if there is no healthy atmosphere at the competition, we should create healthy atmosphere inside of us, which means we prepare ourselves that we go to compete, and whatever happens after, well, shit happens. So these things I would suggest. And of course, the last thing is, yes, maybe it will sound strange, but be a little bit more involved into the process. Because today there are a little bit wrong ways sometimes to be involved, by screening Instagram and watching 1-minute videos. That's not the involvement I speak about. To be involved in the process means really to read about what you play, and read about those composers and their lives, and what they wanted to say, and what was the message, and decide for yourself, by the way, would you like to transfer this message, or maybe you would like to play something else, and really going deeper into the sense of music, and according to that, accept your own self more as a musician, but not as a sportler, like a sportsman. Because if you are doing music for the money, that's different. But if you do music because that's your life, that's absolutely different. So what can I suggest? Live your life and do your music. That's it. Yes, that's a very good question, because I have myself, even speaking that, 3 Instagrams. I have one private one, which is closed, that's only for my family, and one Instagram from Esperus Art Fund official site, and one Instagram my own, also official as a pianist. So why do I have them? Because I find that it's true. Today, when everybody are so much connected with the internet, there has to be source about musicians, and there are different possibilities to solve this question. You can have a page in Facebook, you can have a page in Instagram, or you have YouTube. But the most important about this thing for me is to still keep this contact to this media informational, and not the last ending informational. Like, for example, the one easy suggestion would be, I know that people don't do it, but I would really suggest, let's say somebody is posting a very short video and there is down a link to the full one. Go and listen the full one. And never make your impressions after this 1 minute. Already, if one spend maybe so many hours of life recording something nice for you. So that would be the easy suggestion. Instead of scrolling, just sometimes follow and listen entire concert, entire recording, and not just putting like or sending fire on something what you didn't even listen, which is also very often the case. So also possible, if you hear something interesting, or if you see the information which catches you, close Instagram and go on Google and see information you need, and then go deeper and deeper and deeper, and read and see another source and listen another concert, and so on. So I would say, yes, it's fine. We are children of our times. We are in the 21st century. It is like that. And maybe it is fine in a way, because before, to let people know about something, you would have to travel, I don't know, days. Now it's possible 1 second. So I think we should use it really in a positive way. We should let people informatively what is worthy to see or to listen or to read, but then they should go and listen and read. And not continue that, because I mean, really, otherwise it's a poison. It's a dangerous poison, which is taking a lot of time, which doesn't bring knowledge, which is distracting, because maybe the same pianist who is playing so amazingly first minute after is doing some problem and that's cut it, and one student who is distracted and disappointed because he can't do that, maybe would have seen something in life which will show him that we are all human and everything is possible. That is possible only when we listen all concerts and read all books about those musicians, about those performers and teachers and so on. So my suggestion would be, keep mind healthy, limit your time with using of those things, and dig deeper, and not there, but in original sources. That would really help. I think classical music in our modern society is already transformed, I'm serious, into the role of healer. I think it can heal a lot of people. Because times when we are getting permanently from any media source a lot of negative informations about war, about financial crisis in the world, about different catastrophes. It have been before, always. There was always some war somewhere. There was always some horrible things happen, and people always killed people. But there was times when not everyone knew it immediately. And there is something good in that, but there is something very dangerous in that. I know heads which are getting sick because of that, which are getting depressions, which are losing hope, which are ready to, as awful and scary that sounds, just to finish their life because they just cannot anymore. So, in terms of that horrible state of the humanity in the moment, I find that if we really take care about quality of the music, but not in terms of how clean is it, or how perfect is it, or who is the fastest, but in terms of deep intellectual message which could heal people, which could bring them inner peace, like very well performed music of Bach, like amazingly performed any second movement of Beethoven. I mean, even Requiem of Mozart, in its deepest sorrow moment, from my point of view now, well performed, can clean soul, even that tragic piece. So my idea is, if we would use the music as an instrument to repair those tired, frustrated, depressed souls, which are now massive around, then I could say that the role of music today is as important as never before. That's my point of view. First of all, I would love to say that if there would be a chance, I think I wouldn't change anything. I think I would live same things with pleasure through, even those things which were tragic and not positive, because I think that in every human being life, everything what happens brings a lot of experience, and even pain which comes into your life, if you're an artist, it brings you another source of inspiration. Because being musician, if we speak about musician being, you can use all those emotions after in your playing. You can go deeper and you can speak about other things you experienced, which maybe some other doesn't know. And then maybe in that moment you will touch somebody's soul who has experienced the same. So I had things in my life which were not really positive, and same time a lot of things which were absolutely amazing. So sending message to my own self, being young, well, it was not easy sometimes, so I would say, go on and keep doing.